Hi, I am Turkish palm reader. In this video, we will examine all variations of Mercury, marriage, or affection lines with real hand photos. Let's get started. Traditionally known as the marriage line, located just below the pinky finger. Other name, we call it mercury finger. There are different locations and different lines for marriage in the hand, but this is the most common part we check for the marriage. The other name of this line is affection line. Sometimes we see these lines, many of them in one hand like this, in this part. You see one, two, and three line, even the little one here. But he or she has never been married maybe, even they have many mercury lines like that. That shows that the person always thinks she's or he is ready for marriage and approaching for that and work for it and looking for it, but never happens. It's related to can be karma or other major lines can have some problems in the hand. So you have to check the other lines. What can be the reason this person cannot get married? And we have another example here, many lines, as you see. In this video, we might see more than one picture for similar lines to see the difference in different hands. Sometimes it's the opposite, like this one. This part, no marriage line or affection lines. But maybe person already have two marriage. These people, they get married maybe of the community they are in or the parents' wishes. The parents push them to marry to have grandkids, so on. Some cases people doesn't have any marriage lines but they are married. It could be material or spiritual protection they might choose to get married. Mostly in my experiences, if you don't see marriage line, the other name is affection line, meaning is love line. So they don't show the love, they don't get responsibility, they have problems to show emotions to them. So they struggle in relationships and marriage life. Before we move on, we should talk about mercury finger also, because if the mercury finger, they are long, you see these first phalanges here, and another sample here is over the first phalanges, means strong mercury finger. That's important for marriage life. To find someone, they will never be shy if they have strong mercury finger like that. And they attempt and they want to take it, and when once they hold, they don't want to give up, this kind of things. If they are shorter, they're easy to give up. This is not very short actually, but sometimes they're more shorter, and they're shy, they're mostly step back and they don't want to say the things, and it takes time for them to settle for the marriage or move on. With the another thing, strong mercury finger, it also shows a strong dominant character. Let's start at examining the difference of the mercury lines. First one, we're gonna start with marriage line curves up and merging to sun line. If you see a line like that, the person will be very rich and distinguished person. If this line doesn't touch there, but it curves up, stays somewhere here, doesn't go more farther, that means they attempt, they want, they might get it as well, you know. They are also can have a lucky marriage. And I see one more line here coming like that in this palm. We will also estimate age of marriage, but this is another video topic. And those hands here, you see the lines, they don't reach out there, but they are towards the thumb finger. One more here. Those ones also good, but if they manage to go that much, this is even better for that kind of marriage. Sometimes we see the line like that, long and very clear, straight line. This person is patient, gentle, and very happy person, and they show their love. After marriage, can be good successful career as well. So we came to another one here. We see line with many branches, you see, like that. Another photo we have here, like this, many branches up and down goes like that. And this one here, you see, multiple branches on one single line. That can be lots of romance, great love, but as a result, there might be crisis and broke up. But this kind of people, they might come back together again in future because they always have big romance, big love, up and down, you know, many things change and come back again where they start. This kind of things can happen. Sometimes we can see the mercury line, which is we call as a health line as well. They are touching to marriage lines like this one here, like this, and other one here like this, and touching the marriage line. And one more here, straight, very clear, you can see, comes like that. And here, also like that, comes here. And there you go, we have another one. Lines comes, and then touching the marriage line. These people will be very selective and true search for spouse and marriages. Always looking for rich, good looking, successful people, they will always choose this kind of people. Sometimes marriage can be late because they are looking too much and they are waiting too much. And you can warn these people because of that reason. You're very picky. That's why you don't marry. But sometimes it's worth it to wait. You know, they will have a lot of criteria. And this one here, when we came, we see the stress lines merging to marriage lines and comes from inner Mars from this area. Stress line comes and then straight touching to marriage line, as you see. And one more here comes like that from up and touching the marriage line. And one more here like this. Because of comes from inner Mars, people from outside, not from the family, they can harm their marriage, you know, and can end up with broke up. If they come from the Venus like this, they go to the marriage line. And this photo here, we can see from Venus coming like this and goes here. So this can be family related. The source of lines sometimes can come from family ring. So this is always can be family related problems. Her or his parents harm the relationship and end up with broke up. The another one here we see very thin or dim line. Very little, you see? You can't even see, very thin. These people, they have no tolerance or patience for their love. They cannot wait too long for them, or they will not do much about it, this kind of things. And now we see the opposite one. If the line merging like this to marriage line from the beginning, and another sample here, like these lines coming, joining together, these people opposite. They have a lot of patience and moral and tolerance. They can wait forever for them. And long distance relationships they can manage. They can wait until they come back. Those lines are very strong, very good lines. And another one here, if you see the islands in the middle of the line, and sometimes after the line they go straight or they branch like this and straight like that. In the middle you see island. And come here, another one. We have one more similar. And one more here, we see island and fork later. And starts like that. This shows that up and down in relationship, there is a high probability that it will be resolved in a separation. Sometimes marriage lines ends up with the island or circle like this, and then line comes like that. I don't have a picture like that. Island, it's not a good either. Problems that can continue after the marriage. So the another one here, we see marriage line like that, and then we might see many branches downwards like that. Another picture here, you see a line like that and many branches like that. Not upwards, just a downwards one, imagine like this. That can be related to health problems and anxious marriage. One of the spouses can have health problems, you know, is also another good one. The one I'm gonna explain now, I don't have a picture. I want to explain on this one. Zigzag, or can be curves like that, or chain it. That can be marriage with the wrong person. Also emotional problems this person can have, like emotional internal crisis can be. And the other one we see loop like that, turning. And one more here like that. In the beginning maybe good relationship start, good marriage, but end up broke up. And the other one sometimes you will see like that, broken lines. You see multiple faint broken lines, like another one here. It indicates that an ideal love relationship or marriage cannot exist for these people. Of course, we never say never, but this is the indicator. So most popular one around the world, all the palm readers shows that one, branches like that for broke up. Another one here, like this. This is another divorce line. Differences of opinion they will always have. Conflict, crisis may occur. The one more we're gonna talk about, line goes towards the heart line, and we see some line cutting, intersectioning with the marriage line. That can indicate sudden illnesses, one of the spouse, or sudden death with accident can be, you know. Don't scare when you see that. It's just a risk of this. We are not only looking that line, we have to check other major lines, but when you look at this and you see more things related to that, you can comment, but only that one means can be nothing as well. We have to check whole palm, both hands, and we make a comment, yeah? Don't forget that. And one more here, intersecting lines. Marriage lines like this, and other lines come like that. We can say grid of the marriage lines. One more here, like lines like that. Many lines here, little ones cutting the main line. External factors may cause sadness of the person, and troubles can be financial troubles or other problems can be in the life or in the marriage life. Can be many problems in the marriage. We shouldn't mix up with reproductive lines here, which is hormonal lines, or other name is libido lines, which means they can have a kids, no problem. We have to check other things too, but this is one of the indicator. If you see these lines, they will not have a problem to have kids. But like I said, don't mix up with the lines, vertical lines cutting the marriage line. And the last one, lines goes top of each other like this. You see? Main line like that. These are shorters. Those are main marriage lines, which is longer ones. If they are top of each other like that, can be complex and difficulties in marriage life. We have reached the end of the video. If you would like to have a palm reading like this, feel free to reach out to me through the description section. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it.